Hey everyone, Ben here with Trucker Maven. So, I wanted to teach you a few things that I do when I trip plan. So, I want to talk about 5 things. So, the first one is obviously you want to know where you're going, the street address. I once met someone, I was at a truck stop getting fuel, and the driver next to me, he was asking me for some help because his dispatcher sent him a city and state on where to take his load. And it's like, okay, that's good, but where in this city? I told him, and this person, English was not his first language, but I told him, hey, you need to ask your dispatcher, where in this city am I taking it? Because you need to know that. Whenever you pick up a load, it needs to be printed on the bill of lading. But this guy, he didn't know. So I told him, hey, ask your dispatcher, because otherwise you just don't know. And by the way, have I ever picked up a load that didn't have an address? Well, yeah. I mean, it was a blind load, meaning that the shipper doesn't know the end destination, but someone in, either the broker or dispatcher knows where it's going. But you as a driver, you need to know. Second thing, you need to know what time you need to be there. It's either excuse me, I can't talk today. It's either you need to be there at a certain time, or you need to be there in a window. Like, if you got to be there at a certain time, like let's say you got to be there Thursday at 10 a.m., or maybe it's a window and you got to be there anywhere from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. that day. That's how it usually goes. It's either a window or an appointment. Number 3, you want to know the route you'll be taking. If you're a company driver, it's pretty straightforward, because your company that you drive for usually gives you a route that you need to take. So if you're a company driver, you the company you drive for usually gives you the route that you're supposed to take. Now, do you always follow this blindly? No, because that software does make mistakes. I see what interstates there are, and if there's one that goes right to where the city where I'm delivering to, fantastic. If I have to, get off the interstate, then I, look at, okay, is this a state highway? Is it a U.S. highway? Those are generally truck routes. But let me show you. By the time you see this video, this 2024 might be a long time ago, but having an atlas is an excellent tool, a must-have. Because me as a truck driver, I use this regularly, because it's like, okay, I got to go to this city, and I just pull this out, double check the routing, and make sure it's good. I mean, this was made for truck drivers, and it even has low clearance in it. For example, you flip to a page like this, it tells you all the low clearance locations, and other restricted routes for semi trucks. So, and as well as weigh stations, inspection stations. So, I mean, it's good to know where all that stuff is. Number 4, you want to know how many hours it'll take you to get there. A safe estimate is to plan on 50 miles an hour. It's a safe estimate, say you got 300 miles to go, divided by 50, that's 6 hours. because that gives you time to stop and take a break, get fuel. Number 5, you want to know how many hours you have available left on your 70. Or if you're running like me, sometimes I run on recaps, and so I got to look at my logbook and be like, okay, I got to be here on this day, and up to that point, I'll have so many hours, and it's like, okay, that comes out to, I just need to average, say 45 miles an hour to do all of that. And it's like, yeah, that's great. And so I let my dispatcher know, hey, I got the hours too. But do you need to let your dispatcher know every time if you have the hours or not? Well, if you know. But I mean, if you're like short on hours, and it's like, I need to average 55 or 65 miles an hour to make this run on time, should I? What I let my dispatcher know? Of course. Because, in the world of trucking, do things go perfectly? No, they don't. You got breakdowns, you have road work, construction, whatever you want to call it. You got rush hour traffic. It's a lot of things can go wrong. Or you get somewhere to pick up your load, and the shipper says, we don't have all the product for this load, or it'll be a few hours before we can get you loaded. And so that could mean you get on the road later than expected. But those are 5 things that you want to know when you're trip planning. As a recap, know where you're going, what time you need to be there. Your number 3 is your route that you'll be taking. Number 4, how many hours it'll take you to get there. And then number 5, how many hours you have available. Do dispatchers have access to your logs? Yes. But are they gonna know to look at your logbook and see how many hours you have to whether you can make a run on time or not? Not usually. One of the things that you can do to support your dispatcher, just give them a heads up, because if you give them a heads up, they can let the customer know, hey, this will be tight. We can get it there, but it may be the next day or whatever. Communication is key. You have your logbook with you in the truck, just use it. It's a lot, in my opinion, it's a lot easier to use than a paper logbook. And I did use paper logbooks because I started driving truck back in 2010 when that's what was generally used. And but anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about trucking, post them in the comments or drop me an email. And because I want to make a video in the future, regularly make a video and answer your questions. So let me know.